Hello everyone, welcome back to our Python session. So in our last videos, we learned Python from beginners to advanced level. Today we are moving towards our data analysis process where we are using pandas. So when you are as a data analyst, you will be working with tons of data basically, and that form of this data can be in different formats. For example, you get data in CSV format or in Excel format or in PDF format. So to read that data, you have to bring it down to a tabular form. Tabular form means in a table like a spreadsheet. So pandas helps you to bring those to read those data in different forms and bring it to a tabular form. There, each row represents your observation, your findings, your values, and the column represents the labels of your data. What kind of data it is, what it's representing. For example, it's a name. Then, in the field, in the row, there will be your findings, the value, the actual names will be in there, and that data can be in different types of data formats. It can be integer, it can be string, it can be float. So with pandas, it becomes easy to read and manipulate those data. To work on Python, we have to call Python library, as we did in NumPy. When we want to work with array, we have to call NumPy library with its short name NP. So with pandas, to work on data sets, we have to call pandas as PD. So its short name is PD. So what kind of functionality panda provides? It provides us different functionalities for cleaning data, manipulating data, exploring data, and analyze data. And then to make conclusions on the basis of our findings, on the basis on our statistical theories. When you get data, when you get it in different forms, in different formats, then it's not necessary you always get clean data. Most of the time it's raw data and it's messy data. Then with pandas help, you make them in a readable and relevant form for analyzing purpose. In pandas, data is stored in tabular form like a table in an object, and that is called data frame. That helps us to manipulate and analyze data in fast and efficient way, and to read data in different file objects in different formats that can be loaded from different file objects. If there is any data is missing, because sometimes when you get raw data, it's not necessary that all the data will be there. Sometimes data is missing, sometimes it's corrupted data, sometimes it's irrelevant data. Then it becomes easy to handle it with with pandas. Columns can be inserted. For example, you get date of birth and you want to calculate age. So you make a new column with age. So columns can be inserted, and then you want to delete date of birth because you find the age and then you want to make age group segmentation and you don't want date of birth, so you can delete data as well. So columns can be inserted and deleted from data frame. If you have two different files, for example, you have one student personal file where you can find student's first name, last name, address, parents information, or emergency guardian name and information, and you have another file of students where you have academic information, in which class he is, in which year he enrolled, how many years he has been in a school, or what kind of grades he's getting in which class. So you have all academic information in another file, and you want to merge both files to calculate, to analyze it. So you can merge or you can join two data sets together in pandas. So pandas allows you to merge or join two different files. You can also work with time series data in pandas. So pandas basically is a very powerful tool, and it provides two data structures for manipulating data. What are these two structures? Series and data frame. Series is one dimensional labeled array that holds data of any type. It can be integer, it can be string, it can be float. So like numpy array, it's the same pandas series. So when you work on analyzing and visualizing data, you will find out that while importing pandas, you are importing numpy as well, because series is the same function like numpy. Panda series is like a column in the table. So if you get, for example, column name, so you got all string data type in that, all the values. For date of birth, you got all numerical data type. So it's different data type column series. Data frame is a multi-dimensional data structure. That means it's a big table with row and columns, or you can say it's a collection of series. So series is a column and data frame is whole table. And both series and data frame can be created from list, from dictionary, and from nested list as well. So let's work on that. First, we need to import pandas as PD, and then first we'll try to create series with a list. So there is a list, numerical list, which has some numbers in it. To create series, we call pd.series, and in parentheses we give the list name. So there is a series function to create series in pandas. So pd is pandas short name, dot series we are calling function to create series, numpy series. So if we run it, you can see there are numbers in rows. So the values, if you noted, the values are labeled with their index number. There is an index number also. 0 index has value 1, 1 index has value 7, 2 index has value 2, 3 index has value 4, and 4 index has value 9. So it's like numpy array. So it has index value, it comes in row form, and to access these values, you need to define index number in square brackets as you did in numpy. It's the same way. So if you look here, I'm printing series 1 second value. If I run this, you will get your answer, that is 7. If you look at there is 7. Now we are creating series with dictionary. There is key and value pair of weights. If I run this, again it's pd.series, and then we will give dictionary name. Now here you can see what it took: key as index value and value as series, right? So to access this data, what you need to do: print, and then series 2. And what is the index value here? Index value is key name. So if you now run this, you will get the value here. Right? I hope you understand it. If there is any confusion, please write in the comment box and I will explain you with more examples. So now we'll work on data frame. You can create data frame from dictionary. How? So there is a dictionary key value pair. You can see here. If I run this, so the dictionary has created with these values. Now to create a data frame, we work pd.dataframe. To create series, we used pd.series function. Now to create data frame, we are using pd.dataframe. And we are converting our dictionary to list, and we are calling both the items. So it can take both values in there. If you run it, you will find all the values are here in a row. But if you see here, it didn't take key name as index number. It has created by default its different index by 0, 1, and 2. And it also has assigned column name 0 and 1. You can give your column names as well. To specify them manually, what we do, we have to call columns here. So here we created our data frame in the same way as we did before, but in the same section, in the same parenthesis, by comma, we write columns, and in a list, we gave our column names because there is two series. So first series we gave a label name, and second series we gave a label age. So now if I run it, you can see column name as well. So there is dictionary with three key names, and in the list you get all the data, right? So it's a dictionary with list object in values. So we can convert this in data frame as well. If I run it, you can see it took key as column name, and then list objects in values it took as values as series, object series, right? So pandas assigns some automatic row labels as it did before, 0, 1, 2, 3. You can see here. As you defined columns before, you can define index number as well. You don't want to see 0, 1, 2, 3. You want to see ABCD. So what you do, you call again in data frame your dictionary name, and by comma you write index, and in square brackets you give your index number. So the column, how many column rows are there, the same numbers, the same range, it should be index value here. If I run it, you can see index value A, B, C, and D. So we can create a data frame from dictionary with required columns only as well. How? Here we took all the data from dictionary. But now what we are taking only name and course. We don't want to take all because these are the names here, keys here you can see. These are the keys. So it takes automatically column name from here. So that's why we are taking only name and course. We are not taking age here. If we run it, we'll get only our selected data. So you can take or you can extract your selected data from dictionary into data frame as well. Now we'll create data frame from a list. So there is a list, and I'm providing in the data frame list name, and I'm giving it column name as well because it doesn't have any column name as you can see. If I run it, so there's a column name, and you can see this in the series it got all the data with index value. Now suppose I have two different lists and I want to merge it into one data frame. So that I use zip function to merge two lists into one data frame, right? So and because it's a two list, so we need two column names as well. If I run it, so you get name and then age, and all the values are there. Now there is nested list. In every list there is name and age in a separate list. So there is nested list, multi-dimensional list, or you can say it's a 2D list. So if you give list name with column name again and run it, it will again create with no hassle a data frame. Now there are more data. So you need, if there is more data, then you need to give more column name as well. And you can change the type of your data as well because there is one numerical data value field, so only that field will be changed into float, right? Now using list in dictionary to create data frame. So here is, there are three lists, sorry, name, degree, and score, and you want them, you are creating dictionary from there, and then you want to pass that dictionary into data frame. So you can just write dictionary name, and if you run it, it will again, it is taking all the key as label as column name, and the values of dictionaries as row or value of that labeled data. Right? I hope you get it. If there is any confusion, any doubt, please write in comment box and I'll explain you with more examples. If you like my video, please press the like button. Don't forget to subscribe it and press bell icon so you get notification whenever I upload my next video. Keep practicing, keep learning, and see you next time with more exercises about pandas.